Yeah, basically, people hear GMO and automatically they get turned off. They don't want nothing to do with it, GMO,
Right.
but basically all our foods, this is not like new technology or anything. It's just new to the cannabis industry. But yeah, basically, we do that, and then a genome mapping, which could get the terpenes you want to get into a certain plant, a certain phenotype. So
Yep.
we dabble with that as far as the terps go, and then we dabbled in different things to achieve, like certain conditions. As far as we got one with for droughts, so it'll do way better in dry
Wow.
climates. You got to water it less. We ran multiple different tests of the plants that we grew from that process, letting them dry out, and they wouldn't wilt for up to 48 hours longer than the
Wow.
normal genetics. So after running different ones and coming to our conclusions, I decided to release a few different varieties that were genetically modified. Now, like I said, it could be a bad thing, it could be a good thing, but to me, I look at it, it's all good things. You know what I mean? So
Yep.
it's just the name. When you stop playing with genetics and people want to put a label on it and say it's bad. But at the end of the day, I
Hmm.
mean, all our food's genetically modified to help farmers, grow how it is. And once it's
Okay.
federally legal in the United States, you're going to see a lot more of this. So I just try to stay ahead of where cannabis is going to go in the next 10 years. And, by doing that, that's why, I end up being more successful because I try to keep my mind out there, thinking
Right.
outside of the box, thinking ahead of the game, ahead of the competition. And, it might cost money. Sometimes we waste money, and things don't work out the way they should. And
Hmm.
that's part of the game. That's, research and development. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At a genetic level, using genome targeting. So, a lot of the stuff is grown in a petri dish first. So
Okay.
it's at the cell level. So
Got
the
you.
same way you would get tissue culture and, do your tissue culture thing with the little plants and they get bigger and all that, grow roots in a petri dish. It's the same thing, but we do use to achieve this, you got to inject the cells with a virus that will contain what you're trying to add to the genomes. So it sounds all weird, but
Yeah.
scientists know better, and my staff. I got this one guy who's PhDs and all that. So
No doubt.
he explains it. The most part, most of the people ain't gonna understand. They hear virus, they hear genetic modification, it turns them off. Grow
Yeah.
it, see what you think about it. That's the way I look at it. At a genetic level, um, it's actually not even cannabis or cannabis sativa anymore or cannabis indica because it's been genetically altered. So it would actually be a new
Right.
species of the cannabis plant. You know what I mean? So in the future there'll be all names for this as we go on. Once the feds get involved and make it, more known, it'll be different, you know what I mean? But that's also the only way you could actually patent the cannabis plant, the way like Monsanto patent their corn and their stuff like that. So it
Yeah.
was another way for me to figure out patenting cannabis for the long run. So my strains can be patented and you could be sued if, they can't be a copycat of copycat, you know what I mean? So,
Right.
that